Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press. It's Friday, September 26th, 2025, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse. Now, yesterday we live tweeted the motion arguments in U.S. versus Sean Combs, and they were interesting. The argument is not only Alexander Shapiro, the lawyer for Sean Combs, and now the Alexander brothers and Baldoni and Charlie Javice, which we'll get to in a moment. She argued that the government had responded to Combs' arguments that he was an amateur producer of porn, but not that he was a consumer of amateur porn. I don't know how far that one's going to get. The judge asked, are you saying that any act of prostitution, if filmed, is covered by the First Amendment? And she said no, but she pointed to the fact that there was extensive role-playing, a use of wigs, and extreme choreography. Which is, it's funny because it's not funny, nothing funny about it. But the prosecution at trial used this choreography, I think, to show the level of control and coercion that Combs was exercising. But in fact, it's now being thrown back as, hey, this was a movie, just a movie. It was all a dream. Anyway, he hasn't ruled yet. Judge Subramanian took it under advisement, said he'll rule soon. I was on alert until extremely late, but he didn't rule. He's probably going to rule today, I would say, or maybe Monday, because he has to rule before sentencing takes place, because if he orders acquittal or a new trial, then there's no sentencing. So that's how it goes, and we'll watch this space. We should be doing it. Now, I mentioned Charlie Javice. She's trying to get out of her sentencing, which is set for November 29th on her fintech fraud, the sale of Frank to JP Morgan Chase. By the way, Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan Chase getting grilled from the Senate, not by the full committee yet, about Jeffrey Epstein ties of JP Morgan Chase. But Charlie Javice should be here Monday, and we will be live tweeting it, because we covered the case and we wrote a book called Fintech Fraudster. And so that will be that. Takashi 69. It was difficult, but we managed to report in almost real time that the new violation involved a misdemeanor battery in Florida. He pled guilty to specification 6, but not 5. They cut a deal, and he'll now be sentenced November 4th. Unless something else comes up, of course, before then. It's hard to cover. The judge in the case doesn't make it easy to cover it live, honestly. And that's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame for all concerned. Now, in the case of Bob Menendez, Gold Bar Bob, cooperator Jose Uribe, who testified both against Bob and Nadine, is up for sentencing on October 9th, and he wants no time at all, no jail. He's a cooperator, so we'll just have to see how it goes. Speaking of, if not cooperators, there's a man named Victor Hugo Diaz Morales in the Honduras president case of JOH, Juan Orlando Hernandez. He's up for sentencing. We don't even know the date because everything is missing in the docket. But his lawyer in Florida put in a sentencing memo entirely withheld. So we challenged that. And he was ordered to file it, a redacted version on the docket, and he hasn't yet. So the judge yesterday, Judge Castell, said to file it. So at least there's a way to pursue transparency here in the SDNY. At the UN, no transparency at all. We're reporting on it even though we're banned from entering the building. But you may have seen, we've written a number of stories about a number of countries. We just covered 2 speeches this morning. Pakistan is rolling, and there'll be more. So we're not going to give up on this at all. It's a litmus test, and it's ongoing. If this is the last vlog of the week, have a good weekend. To be continued, Inner City Press.